right, and welcome everyone to the Quarantine Speakeasy. And my name is Patrick Soluri, and I am the Instigator-in-Chief at Prohibition Productions. And this is our 20th episode of the Quarantine Speakeasy. We are so glad you are here today and joining us. First thing, I want to thank our DJ, BRIAN FERDMAN. He was spinning tunes at the opening of the show, and he'll be back at the end for the after party as well. He's a great DJ, and we're looking forward to having him today. And we're so glad that you are here. Today is December 5th, and it's hard to believe it is December already. We've been doing our live streams now since April, and it's been quite a time, as you all know. We don't need to go into all of that, but we're excited that there is a vaccine on the way, and that we'll be getting out of 2020 soon, but we're not there yet. We have a great show for you today. As many of you know, today is Repeal Day, and so we've got some special things planned for that. And for those of you that don't know about Repeal Day, basically what it is Prohibition was when the US forbid the sale of alcohol and consumption of alcohol here in the US. It was from 1920 to 1933. It was a rule that was ratified in 1919. It had been kind of like building steam for about 20 years before that. And then it culminated in Prohibition. So, you know, I'm sure you all know Gatsby and Boardwalk Empire, all having to do with Prohibition. It's Prohibition Productions, you know, it's what we're called. So it's a fascinating time, and Repeal Day is the anniversary that Prohibition was repealed, and it was a constitutional amendment that was ratified in 1919. The first day of non-alcohol consumption and sale was in 1920, which was 100 years ago, hard to believe. And then it was then changed and on Repeal Day, which was December 5th, 1933. And just so happens today is December 5th, so we're doing a Repeal Day themed show. As you can see, we've got our trusty barrel here. It is a full-size Elijah Craig barrel. We've got our barrel of Manhattans, which we've been aging since whenever that show was that we made them. I think it was in May. And then we also have a couple bottles of Old Forester, which we'll be cracking into shortly. We've got Bruno from Old Forester. He'll be joining us a little bit later to talk more about Repeal Day and show us some cocktails. And I also wanted to mention some of our other guests that are coming up today. We have a really great show. We have Dennis LICHTMAN and TAMAR KORN. They're going to be doing actually a trio. And then we have Svetlana and the Delancey 5. We've recorded them in Prospect Park just a few weeks ago with the full band. And then, as mentioned, we're going to have Bruno. And then we're going to have the Hot Toddies, which happens to be the band that I play with. And we'll be featuring some new videos with Hannah Gill and Queen Esther, as well as Justin Poindexter, Gabe Terracciano. And then we'll be ending the show with our after party featuring BRIAN FERDMAN once again, and that's when anyone can join who is on Zoom, and we'll open up the video to everyone that wants to join in. So if you are not on Zoom, you're watching on Facebook, but you want to join, you can still register. It's free to register on Zoom, and you can always do that anytime throughout the show. And for those of you that were looking at the schedule earlier, you might notice that we did flip things around. So Svetlana is now going to be in the middle around 7:30-ish, and the Hot Toddies will be a little after 8. It just so happens that Hannah had another live stream, but if we can make that switch, which we are, she'll be able to join us and chat live after 8 o'clock. So we went ahead and did that. Also want to mention about donations. So as with all of our shows, these are entirely donation funded, and we share all the donations amongst all the performers that you'll be seeing tonight. So we definitely appreciate any amount that you can give. We do suggest a minimum of $5 to $10 per person, and you can send that through PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. And we take donations not only tonight during the show, but actually all the way through next Sunday, which I believe is December 12th or 13th. So you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel, which will be posting probably on Monday. And then it should be available later tonight on Facebook. But we definitely recommend you watch on YouTube, since that's going to be a high def, cleaned up version with cleaner audio and video on that. So that's kind of the lay of the land tonight. And this is actually our last live stream of the year. We decided to do a big finale on Repeal Day and then take a few weeks off. But we are going to be back in January, and we're actually going to be doing shows all the way through the spring. So we were a little fortuitous, for better or for worse, when we were shooting bands over the summer. As many of you know, we started in July with Old Young, using some of the cameras and going out to the parks as the bands were starting to play out in parks here in New York City. And we started shooting bands and realized that we probably should shoot extra bands and extra material just in case the pandemic lasted longer than we all wanted it to. So we actually have enough material to get all the way through the spring now that it's gotten cold out. So we will be resuming once again in January. I believe January 9th is the first one, and then we'll be doing every other week through the spring, and hopefully till we start up with live events again, hopefully sometime next year. So with that said, I think we are going to move on to our first segment. So originally we were going to have Dennis Lichtman live on the show. We tried to mix up between live performers and some of the pre-shot videos that I mentioned. And it was going to be Dennis Lichtman and TAMAR KORN, but it turned out something came up and he couldn't be here live. So what we're going to do instead is show a video that they just sent me yesterday. And I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but it's actually really cool. It's a trio. It's Dennis Lichtman on clarinet and I think it's plectrum mandolin. It's metal, but it's smaller. We'll have to ask Justin about that later. And then we have TAMAR KORN singing, and then Albany Falletta is on guitar. So once again, this is Dennis Lichtman and TAMAR KORN.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1. There's a change in the weather, there's a change in the sea, so from now on there'll be some changes in me. My walk will be different, my talk and my game. Nothing about me is gonna be just quite the same. I'm gonna change my way of living, and if that ain't enough, then I'm gonna change the way I move my stuff. I wanna want myself when I'm old and gray. So today there'll be some changes made. Today there'll be some changes made. There will be some changes in me. My walk will be different. my talk and my game. We know nothing about the world is just quite the same. So I know that I want to change my way of living, expand my way of thinking. Don't want to be blocking the change. I want a better world and a better self by the time I'm old and gray. So there shall be some changes made. There shall be some changes made.
Happy Repeal Day, everybody!
Happy Repeal Day.
Yeah, happy Repeal Day, etc.
Well said.
We
Thank
are
you.
interested in change and justice and legislature and such, and some good drinks. And so we have a song coming up right now from 1908 that is called Under the Anheuser-Busch. Granted, it's about beer and not spirits, but we hope you enjoy. And actually, I'm drinking a beer. I don't know where it went. So it's along my lines right now. This is Albany Folletta and Dennis Lichtman.
Hi.
I'm Tamar, and I'm not facing Dennis for obvious reasons. But Albany I can look at because she's in my pod. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Talk about the shade of the sheltering palms. Praise the bamboo tree with its wide spreading charms. There's a little bush that grows right here in town. You'll know its name, it has one such renown. Often with my sweetheart just after the play, to this little place then our footsteps shall stray. If she hesitates when she looks at the sign, softly I whisper, now so don't decline. Won't you come, come, come and make eyes with me under the Anheuser-Busch. Come, come, drink some Budweiser with me under the Anheuser-Busch. Hear the old German band, da da dee da 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 da. Just let me hold your hand, yeah? Sure. Do. Come and have a stein or two under the Anheuser-Busch. Rave about the place where your swell goes to dine. Pictures Sue and me, which are with our sandwich and stein. Underneath the bush where the good fellows meet, life seems worth living, our joy is complete. If you're sad at heart, take a trip there tonight. You'll forget your woe and your eyes will grow bright. There you surely find me with my sweetheart Sue. Come out this evening, I'll introduce you. Albany Dennis, won't you come and make eyes with me under the Anheuser-Busch? Come, drink some Budweiser with me under the Anheuser-Busch. Hear the old German bird, just let me hold your hand, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Do, come and have a stein or two under the Anheuser-Busch.
Very nice, very nice.
That's how it's done.
For the third tune, Albany is gonna join me in singing together.
Thank you, madam.
She's dressed to impress and for the winter time.
Oh,
Lonesome and Sorry. A cheerful number. Drives everyone to
pandemic special.
Be glad that Prohibition has ended.
That's true. At least we have our alcohol.
Here, here.
You're here.
I'm not used to not looking at you.
Sorry now.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1. We're so happy, you and I. Why did we drift apart? Can't forget you, though I tried. You're always in my heart. There's no one to console me when I'm blue. There's no one who can take the place of you. I'm lonesome and sorry because you went away. I'm lonesome and sorry. I miss you more each day. When nighttime comes stealing, I wonder how you're feeling. Are you lonesome and sorry? The same dear as me.
Though you've been gone just a little while, to me it seems like years. I have forgotten how to smile. My eyes are filled with tears. Our old friends ask about you in vain. I keep telling them that you'll be back again. I'm lonesome and sorry
Because you went away. I'm lonesome and sorry. I miss you more each day. Nighttime I'm stealing. I wonder how you're feeling. Are you lonesome and sorry? The same dear as
Wow, that's an incredibly sad song.
Yes.
It's sad.
Oh,
But we had fun.
Not as sad as a pandemic.
That's
We're having.
true. Buzzkill.
No.
Oh.
Well,
Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hope you're all enjoying your
well as we
repeal
can.
day.
We've learned how to appreciate a lot of things that we took for granted. That's one thing. I'm loving the times that I get to see people, even on a screen, but then walks. I always liked walking, but now I like walking more. Haven't seen Dennis in a while. That's really true. Nice.
Solid hang.
Even though I can't look at him because I don't have a mask on.
Yeah, get that breath out of here. Jeez. Oh.
We have one more tune for you. It is a Yiddish tune called the Begazint, and there will be a translation, and I assure you there is a line about drinking. So it's mostly about health, which sometimes drinking is important for your spiritual health, usually not your physical health. But I didn't need to say that out loud, but I did anyways.
I think it's fine. I think it's
we all know that.
Well,
It's hard on our bodies, but we all do it. Anyway, a Begazint, there shall be a translation. Molly Pecan, the star of the Yiddish theater, wrote the lyrics back in the late 30s.
Eine sich Geschiris, eine sich Gewirres, einem in die ganze Welt. Einem in das ganze Glück steht nur ein bei Geld. Sollen alle drücken, nur ich trag bei mir. Es darf, es alles auf Kaporis, das glücklich dabei mein Tier. Bam, 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 a bissl Sinn, a bissl Regen, ruhig org dem Kopf so legen, a Begazint, kann man glücklich sein. A sock, a kleid on lattes, en cashene, is dreyfers lottes, a Begazint, kann man glücklich sein. Die Luft ist frei, für jeden gleich, die Sense scheint für jeden einem oder reich, a bissl a bissl lachen, a mal mit Freund, a Schnäpsel machen. A Begazint, kann man glücklich sein. Stardom, some just want to own the world. Some folks think that all that counts are the oysters with the pearls and some. Well, let them all keep searching, let them all keep chasing. But as far as I'm concerned, I can live without most of that when happiness is at my door. You got a little sun, you got a little rainfall, you got a quiet place to lay your head down. You have your health and thank your lucky stars. You got a shoe, clothes with no patches, a little change to buy what's lacking. You have your health and thank your lucky stars. The air is free for rich and poor. The sun shines bright for everyone. You just gotta open your door. You got a little fun, a little laughter, a drink with friends, more fun thereafter. Aber wir sind kein glücklich sein.
Have a great Repeal Day, everybody. Thanks for having us. Tamar KORN, Albany Falletta.
Dennis Lichtman.
Cheers.
All right, once again, that is Dennis Lichtman and Tamar KORN with Albany Falletta. They were supposed to be with us live today, but they something came up, they couldn't do it, so they put that video together for us. And so glad, it was so much fun. Such wonderfully kooky, swinging musicians. Those of you that know Dennis or might recognize Dennis, he's also the band leader for the Mona's Hot 4, which was a jam session every Tuesday at Mona's Bar. That's been a hot jazz jam that kind of really got very popular, and Gordon Webster was on that for a long time, and kind of a Tuesday night staple here in New York City. And it's been running for a very long time, but he's the band leader there. Of course, that's not happening right now. They are doing some live streams, so you might want to check that out. And Tamar, of course, is Tamar KORN, amazing singer. Her band Tamar KORN and a Cornucopia is fantastic, and we can't wait to see them live in the future. So we're going to move along, and we've got a dance segment coming up next. But first, I wanted to welcome everyone that's just joined us. We are doing our 20th episode of the Quarantine Speakeasy, and we are so glad you are here. If it's your first time, welcome. We accept donations through PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle, and we also will be accepting donations tonight and then all the way through next Sunday. And if you want to check out the show, or after the fact, or if you've missed it, you can always watch it once again on YouTube or Facebook. So we are going to welcome up two fantastic dancers. We have coming up, we have EVITA and LATASHA Barnes. They're two wonderful, wonderful swing dancers. They're teachers. They travel all over the world spreading the love of swing and dancing. And we are going to welcome them here. So let's first go to EVITA. Hello, EVITA.
Hello, can you see me?
Yes, we can see you. And LATASHA, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Well, we're so glad to have you both. How have you been doing?
Well, I'm doing great. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm having a strange thing happen with my computer. I hear everybody, but I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, well, we said
so, like, and I wanted so desperately to see LATASHA's face.
Oh.
Anyways, so I'm happy that you can see me and hear me, but I'm just reporting that I'm not seeing the screen. I'm having just a technical weirdness. But other than that, I'm doing great.
Well, good, good, good. So now you guys put together a video for ILHC that you're sharing with us, but you know, I've been had such a crazy week. I didn't even quite realize that till I was talking with LATASHA right before this. So can you just kind of like tell me and everybody what the video is and what ILHC is and what you guys were doing? Because I know you guys were like crazy busy getting ready for this. And I'm sure you were kicking lots of ass. So tell us about it.
Yeah, so it was EVITA and I, it was so fantastic that we were able to get together and to put this piece together for the International Lindy Hop Championships for the virtual edition that we held this year. And our wonderful, wonderful friend and dance partner, Nathan Bew, was already overloaded with amazing partners. And so we came up with the wonderful idea for us to dance together in the Invitational Classic Lindy Hop showcase. And so, yeah, and I'm a high risk individual. So it was also a little bit of a, am I gonna do this? And is this really worth it? I don't know. But then of course, working with EVITA and getting the chance to listen to some music and just reconnect and geek out over our friendship and our love of dancing. And it just made it all worth it. And of course we followed like all of the protocols, maybe a little excessively so, but you know, to make sure we both stayed safe and our families too. But we put this amazing piece together to Catherine Russell's You Can't Pull the Wool Over My Eyes, which you may remember from before when I was on your show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so fantastic.
Oh, so it's cool to see this now like as a duo.
I know.
Yeah.
And there's another lovely bit. I don't know if EVITA, if you want to share that about the costuming.
Yeah, I would love to. I also just want to add that, you know, ILHC, the International Lindy Hop Championships, it's a big event for the Lindy Hop community. And it's this annual kind of goalpost that a lot of people use as a thing to work towards. And so the fact that everything was going to be virtual, well, the fact that everything was being canceled this year, we, you know, our community was really grateful to the event organizers. LATASHA, you were one of them, you know, to Tina Morales, to Sylvia Sykes, to Scott Angelus, and to all of the people that are organizing it. It was a huge I feel that our choice to create something, to rehearse, to make it, to film it, to put it together, I think that was just a really important thing to do to support our Lindy Hop community in this time of everything being virtual. And if we have time to show it, I put together this like funny comedic short blooper reel, which was just a collection of all the rehearsals and the times that LATASHA and I had building the routine. So you see a whole bunch of, you know, beginnings of the idea, and it's just, it's fun to kind of see like the background of how our process went.
I was actually told to play that first.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
And the other really lovely thing, as if, and I'll go ahead and claim it, EVITA, as if EVITA and I weren't cute enough, our costuming, we both gifted each other gift cards to this wonderful company, Farm Rio, for our birthdays. Mind you, my birthday is May 22nd and EVITA's is May 23rd. And we somehow, through the cosmos, bought the exact same thing from the website. And so we decided that we should wear those for this little number, and that's what we did.
Actually, I'm just going to throw in there that, like, I think the last time you were on, you were talking about cute onesies and how you and EVITA had the same one. And I was like, well, obviously, the next time you're on, you're going to have to be with EVITA and you have to wear the same onesies. So mission achieved, right? I was very happy. And it was done at ILHC. So thank you. Thank you. Well,
I love that story.
Why don't we kick off this blooper reel and then we'll stop and come back and watch the regular thing. You want to do that?
Yay.
Okay. All right. So here we go with the blooper reel. This is the 90-second version. I understand there's a longer one, but we're starting with the shorter one. So here we go. Nice. Was the music from Whiplash?
Actually, yes. I have an editing program, and there's some copyright available music that's part of it. And you know, this has become a really big issue or a big thing with what music can you play, you know, appropriately online. And so, yes, it's something that I found that I just overlaid over it.
Very cool. Well, that was a lot of fun. So tell us a little bit about the competition, because this video that we're going to see next is the actual competition entry.
Submission. Yeah. So like Evita was sharing, and I said it too, the competition moved to a virtual platform this year. And in our organizing of the things, of the submissions, we had everyone lead with an intro video or intro snippet showcasing who you were, where you're from, and saying what your submission was about. Now, for the invitational, of course, you're already invited, but there is still a preliminary element in this particular showing. And we were submitting the video for the prelims, and then if you made it to the finals, it was showcased in the finals. But in the rest of the competitions as well, there were a few that were battle format style, like the invitational solo competition, as well as a normalizer and a few others. And there we actually had the competitors offer 4 different video selections in case they made it, or if they wanted to be notified and to be able to reproduce another take for the next round, they were able to do that as well. So it was very, very involved, very intricate, and it came out really lovely. Like all of the competitions came out really, really amazingly. Big props to Brett and Rachel Dallenberg for their amazing editing skills.
So ILHT just ended, right? This weekend?
Yes, on Sunday.
Right. Yes. All right.
And we're in the process of uploading some of the highlights and videos. And for those who were in attendance, there will be a survey coming to you soon.
Nice. All right. So why don't we show the video? Do you want to set it up in any way, like what the music is, that kind of thing?
Well, we were just really excited to, this year with ILHC, again, with music rights, there was a list of songs or a list of artists that we were allowed to use. And it was incredibly exciting because these are all current artists among us in our community. We had their permission to use their music, and there was a big push to support the artists, buy their albums. It was a really wonderful reciprocated kind of relationship. So we were using Catherine Russell's song, You Can't Pull the Wool Over My Eyes. And Catherine Russell is just phenomenal. I mean, all of her songs and all of the artists that were in this agreement with ILHC, it was a really exciting thing. Maybe in the future we'll be able to do stuff live, but that's the music that we're using. And I think the other thing that was really, it hasn't really been said, but I feel really excited about it. You know, it's not very common, or it's not as common for 2 females or for 2 males to partner each other in some of these big contests. Everyone has kind of always played with the expected, you know, gender roles. And, you know, because so many things were different this year, it's like, LATASHA, let's do this. Let's dance together. Why not? You know? So that was a really exciting thing to put out there into the community as well.
Well, good for you guys. That's really exciting to hear, and really cool about the music and Catherine Russell. We've had her on the Gotham Jazz Festival before, and if I'm not mistaken, Justin Poindexter plays with her sometimes. He'll be on a little bit later with the Hot Toddies, so maybe we can ask him a little bit about that. But why don't we do this video? So we've got EVITA and LATASHA with their ILHC submission.
I am EVITA ARCE.
I am LaTasha Barnes.
We are from New York City, USA.
And this is our prelim submission for the Invitational Classic Lindy Hop.
That's great.
You can't pull the wool over my eyes. You can't get away from telling those lies. You're not the way you used to be. I got eyes and I can see. You've been stepping out on me. What a surprise. But I'm wise. You can, 'cause you can. No, you can't. No, you can't pull the wool over my eyes.
All right, bravo. That was awesome. So actually, quick question, LaTasha.
You would come to me first. Go ahead.
You guys killed it. So wait, very beginning of the dance, when you guys are separate before you start partnering, that choreography I think was the same from the solo piece you did with us a few months ago, right?
Yes, that is Norma Miller's Trickeration. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So we built, and it's actually for those who know the choreography well, it's built into the Lindy Hop. Actually, like there's segments of it even within our partnership. So we had a really lovely time trying to figure out how to do that and still work off of the momentum that would be produced in a partnered, you know, kind of situation. So yeah, it was really I miss EVITA so much. It was so great getting to create that and to share that with her. So
that was awesome. Did you guys switch leading and following, or
for a hot second?
I mean, for the most part, I was being the leader in the dance. But if you watch the video and you know, I think you can see it now. It's available on YouTube in case this was in case you want to see it again. There's a few moments where you can see LaTasha initiates or supports a thing, and it's a real kind of like small thing, but that was absolutely one of the joys, you know, being able to work with another phenomenal dancer, phenomenal follower. I think our ideas of the dance were based in the traditions, like what, you know, Norma's tradition was. And then also we were looking for really iconic shapes, you know, things that, things just kind of like made it feel classic. Yeah. So we really enjoyed it. And then also what I think is classic and what LaTasha thinks is classic, it comes together to really blend into something very celebratory. And I loved the opportunity working, leading, following LaTasha, and I really hope we get to do it again. And I'm grateful that everything about ILHC brought us together on this project.
Ah, well, that's awesome. And so glad that you were able to share that with us and to kind of get you guys together and talk about it here virtually and everything. And can't wait till we can all do it in the person, you know. But yeah. Well,
I think also, sorry.
After you.
I've also, so a quick funny story. When LaTasha and I first were like, okay, where are we going to practice? And LaTasha said, well, let's practice outside because that's the safest option right now with COVID. It's like, okay, totally great. And so the park shots that from the blooper reel, we were on AstroTurf. And I just want everybody to know that AstroTurf is awesome. And if you ever need to do anything on AstroTurf, it's going to be fine. And then secondly, you know, we really, both of us did a serious job of keeping our masks on the entire time. I mean, we got tested before working together, but, you know, I had to take the subway down and we had to meet in the city at different locations. And dancing with a mask on is a whole new kind of stamina training that I think everybody should try out.
Yeah, it definitely.
Once you take off the mask, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it definitely
super easy.
Our cardio skills, definitely.
Well, more things to appreciate, I guess, when things go back to whatever the new normal is going to be, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much once again. And it's such a pleasure to see you and talk to you. And till next time.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks for having us, Patrick. I love you, LaTasha.
I love you, EVITA.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys. Once again, that is EVITA and LaTasha, and we're so glad to have them here. and to be working with them and seeing them. They're both fantastic teachers and dancers. And yes, and once again, ILHC was this past weekend and done virtually, of course. So we're going to move along, and I just want to remind everybody that we're still accepting donations, and if you haven't done so already, please feel free to send any amount in. No amount is too high, but we do suggest a minimum of $5 to $10 per person. And we thank everyone that has already sent in a donation, and we'll be sharing that amongst everyone that you're seeing tonight here on the show. And we're going to be moving along to our next guest and band. It's Svetlana and the Delancey Five. As mentioned, we did kind of switch our schedule around a little bit. Originally, we were going to do the Hot Toddies, but we decided to kind of move that around so we could get Hannah in our next segment. So we are very happy to welcome Svetlana. She is the band leader for not only the Delancey Five, but has a couple of other projects. Many of you know her here in New York as the band leader who runs the Monday sessions at the Back Room, which is one of the only remaining speakeasies in town, which is very appropriate, of course, for Repeal Day. But it's a beautiful venue in the Lower East Side. You have to kind of go through a secret entrance that you kind of like go through a gate and then down and under, and it's a really, really cool spot. And you know, we have our Mondays at Beer House earlier, and then Svetlana does her Mondays a little bit later, and when we're really ambitious, we go to both. But we're very excited to have her here, so let's welcome Svetlana. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I put a special pin for you.
Oh.
That I got in the Housing Works. It's a bug.
Very nice. So how has it been for you? I mean, you had a Monday regular. You've done actually a few gigs. How's that?
Well, most of the things I've done, like many other people, were outside. But just yesterday, I played inside for the first time since this pandemic at the venue that a lot of folks in New York know. It's a DROM, D-R-O-M. It's mainly a world music venue, but they do have and did host a few swing dance-friendly events. You know, Gordon had a thing there. We had New Year's Eve with Professor Cunningham, etc. It was amazing. I won't lie. It was just truly, you know what you have missed when you experience it. They were very safe. Everybody were wearing masks. There were about 10, 12 tables, you know, about 20 people inside, and band is very, very far from the rest of the crowd. So, you know, I'll tell you in 10 days if it went well, you know, not to be morbid, but it felt very safe, and it just felt amazing. And venues are in trouble. Just this week, famous venue in New York, the Jazz Standard, announced they closed their doors. So I can't, you know, be too persistent inviting people in, because everybody has their own comfort level. But the venues that are opening doors now are truly making a very specific and intense effort to be safe. So if there's any way in which you can support, such as dialing in on live streaming of those events, I think those things are welcomed by those venues as well. So we won't be having places to play and dance if venues go out of business. So if possible, supporting them, that's really important.
I mean, it's, you know, it's like all of our normal events happen in restaurants and bars throughout the city.
Exactly.
We already know that one of them is closed. Holy Ground closed for good.
Oh no!
That was our Saturday spot. But he's hoping to reopen, but apparently the landlord wouldn't renegotiate during all of this, which is crazy. So he's barbecuing on a flatbed truck and driving around town. But you know, like who knows about Beer House? I mean, Beer House has been open. They've been seeming to be doing okay, but like, you know, it's crazy out there. But you have another gig coming up, right?
I do. So the venue that has been, you know, good to me in New York is the Blue Note Jazz. They have just opened for the month of December so far. They have, about 10 shows in the evening, and also 4 brunch shows throughout December. And so I'm playing on December 20th. It's 2 sets, just 1 hour show. There are only 15 tables in this giant club. They measure your temperature. They have replaced all ventilation systems. So, I'm hopeful that there are going to be some people, but again, if you don't feel comfortable, there is a way for much reduced price, like I think it's $10 to live stream. And the venue is doing something they never do. They're passing on some of the revenue from those live streams to the band as well. So again, it's a big ecosystem. You and I were talking this week how I first kind of came on the scene. I owe a big portion of, my being on the scene to you, because I came in, I saw this chaos of a beauty in one of the New Year's Eve salons, and I just wanted to be part of it so much. And you were generous enough to hire me a few times. And if you were not there to hire me, if there were no venues for you to do events, my, work would not have taken me where it taken me. So it's one big ecosystem, and we're truly in this together now. So it's amazing you're doing this virtually. If folks have it in their heart to stream, put a buck in the bucket for some of the venues, that's as important.
Very, very true. And I mean, we all help each other out. I very much believe that. I mean, everyone that's on the show, every band that we've shot, every time we put people together, no one's getting paid for it except after the fact through donations. So don't like to harp on it, but it is really important, and we all very much appreciate it as musicians, performers, producers, venues, etc. So why don't we move ahead and play the video? Do you want to set this up a little bit? Tell us a little bit about this little thing that we did.
Well, I was very excited to be part of your little lineup in the Prospect Park, and the weather was beautiful just for that afternoon. Between rainy days, it was sunny and beautiful. And I was everybody's in town. I was able to get most of my kind of first call guys together, and even feature a larger band, kind of DELANCEY 6, with trombone. And I had a little sneak peek preview of the video, and I'm just so excited because everything sounds so great. But thank you again for having us. That's all I have to say.
Great. Well, we try, and thankfully we've done enough of these that we've gotten better at them. So this was actually we did this in October, I think it was 4th. So yeah. As I mentioned earlier, we started to realize that we were going to need to shoot as many bands as possible to get us through the spring. Since the weather was going to change, bands were going to stop playing outdoors. So we set up a Sunday in Prospect Park in Brooklyn. We had 3 bands playing. We had SVETLANA and her band. Then we had Mimi and the Pod Brothers. And then we finished with Professor Cunningham. And so what we did is we actually shot enough material that one round, which we've done in 2020. And then next year, we're going to be showing additional tunes that you have not seen yet that we still recorded on those same days. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to play 4 tunes that we shot with SVETLANA and the DELANCEY 6 on October at Prospect Park. So here we go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and little puppies. We welcome you to this semi-spontaneous show in Brooklyn, New York, Prospect Park. I'm SVETLANA. This is the DELANCEY 5. Put your hands together. We're going to play some good tunes for you. 1, 2, 1, 2, tasket, a brown and yellow basket. Send a letter to my mommy, and all the way I dropped it dropped it. Yes, all the way I dropped it. A little girlie, she picked it up and put it in her pocket. She went down, down, down the avenue without a simple thing to do. She went back, back, backing all around. When she spotted it on the ground, she took it, my little yellow basket. And if she doesn't bring it back, I think that I would die. She don't return it, I don't know what I do. Oh gee, I wonder where my basket can be. So do we, so do we, so do we, so do we, so do we. Oh gee, I wish that little girl I could see. So do we, so do we, so do we, so do we, so do we. Oh, why was I so careless with that basket of mine? That itsy bitsy basket was the joy of mine. A tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. Was someone else can find my basket, make me happy again. It's red. No, 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 no. Is it green? No, 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 no. It's blue. No, 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 just a little yellow basket. A little yellow basket. Yay! Thank you so much. We're gonna follow this song with a song about love. Everybody.
Does my lipstick look okay? Well, I'm Svetlana. My band is DELANCEY 5. We just played a set in Prospect Park in Brooklyn, organized by Prohibition Productions. It was super fun. Yes, we have done a few things outdoors where it was safe, where people could socially distance, kind of like this sort of vibes. A little bit of basking, some shows that were scheduled already, but I've been kind of shying away from playing in dangerous situations and putting people in danger, so
And you've been doing some online stuff, right? Tell us about that.
yeah, a little bit. I'm part of various communities, global communities, community of expats and other groups that asked me to do little mini shows, so I have done a couple of those things.
Online.
Online, yes, exactly. That was super fun.
And tell me about the album, the night at the movies, and how all that.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, the album came out kind of exactly the year ago, so we just celebrated anniversary, and now it came out. It debuted #1 on Billboard US charts. All it means that fans and friends who ordered record, there were enough of them
to place me on top of our teeny, genre for, a few days, and this was super great. And now we're in the middle of Grammy season, so I put my name in the hat and keep your fingers crossed for me.
Sometimes I'm happy, and other times I'm blue. My disposition, it depends on you. I never mind that rain from the skies, if I can have that little sunshine in your eyes. Sometimes I love you, and other times I hate you. And baby, when I hate you, it's 'cause I love you. That's how I am. So what can I do? I'm happy when I am with you. Sometimes I'm happy, and other times I'm blue. My disposition, baby, it depends on you. I never mind the rain from the sky, if I can have you, baby, and the sunshine in your eyes. Sometimes I love you, and other times I hate you. But baby, when I hate you, it's because I love you. That's how I am. So what can I do? I'm happy when I am. I'm happy when I am. I'm happy when I am with you.
As I like to say at this point of the show, we're going to switch to the book of a famous up-and-coming arranger, big band leader, small band leader, He also plays solo. In New York, wonderful Danny Yanakuchi, who we're going to invite joining us. This is a tune arranged by him for his band, which he graciously allowed me to use, called You Turn the Tables on Me.
Okay, I try. One, two, three,
You turn the tables on me, and now I'm falling for you. You turn the tables on me. I can't believe that it's true. I only thought of the presents you brought. Why haven't you brought me more? But now I'd welcome anything from the pattern and store. You used to call me the duck. You put me out on the throne. You let me fall with that drop. And now I'm out on my own. But after thinking it over and over, I got what was coming to me. Just like the sting of a bee. You turned the tables on me. You turned the tables on me. And now I'm falling for you. You turn the tables on me. I can't believe that it's true. I always touch of the presents you brought. Why haven't you turned me more? But now I'd welcome anything from the 5 and 10 cent store. You used to call me the top. You put me up on a throne. You let me fall with that drop. And now I'm out on my own. But after thinking it over, I got what was coming to me. Just like a sting of a bee, you turned the tables on me. Mr. Danny Yanakuchi, you turned the tables on me, and now I'm falling for you. You turned the tables on me. I can't believe that it's true. I always thought of the presents you brought. Why haven't you brought me more? But now I'd welcome anything from the 5 and 10 store. You used to call me the duck. You put me up on the throne. You let me fall with that drop. And now I'm out on my own. But after thinking it over and over, I got what was coming to me. Just like the sting of a bee. How could it happen to me? Just like a sting of a bee. You turned the tables on me. Thank you very much. Well, we're gonna keep Danny.
Well, when I came back to playing music, I kind of stumbled around like a lot of musicians and vocalists, and I already had a family too by that time, so I couldn't go and jam every night. You know, I had to kind of pick and choose things I could do. And I almost by chance stumbled upon the swing scene. First, my friends dragged me to your event, and I was just like, what is this? I want this, all of this. It was just so magical. It was true. I felt transported to a different time.
That was New Year's Eve, wasn't it?
It was New Year's Eve
At the Players Club.
At the Players Club,
Yeah.
and I met you, and I met Patrick, and the whiskey tasting and all of it, and I heard the bands, and I was just
I love dancing. I love everything about it. And I started reaching out to bands, seeing where they're playing. And I kind of set in with a few bands here and there. And then at that same time, I stumbled upon the Backroom venue, which is a regional Prohibition era speakeasy. And it changed my life. We were kicked out from another venue that night because, like it happens in New York, he double booked us. And I felt super embarrassed for my musicians and the people who were gonna come. And I can't believe my balls. Can I say balls on this program?
Sure.
But I can't believe the ballsiness of my move. But I started going down the street. I was just like, I'm not going home. Literally walking into each venue and saying, I have a band, you don't have to pay us, 20 people are coming. And a sister bar of Backroom, Revision Lounge, the bartender handed me the card and said, Megan, the Backroom manager, is who you need to call. So that night we did play at Mona's. Because
Really?
Adrian was so kind and he said, well, I usually have a bluegrass on Fridays, but they didn't show up, so oh, fuck it, play. So that was fun. But I called Megan and she said, well, you know, we don't just want jazz, we want kind of like hot jazz and swing. And I was like, please. And again, another ballsy move. I was just getting into the genre, and slowly, you know, I enlisted dancers to tell me what to do. I said, what kind of music do I play? Tell me more about what would make this night that kind of night. And so, you know, Jerry and Neil and so many others, and Voon showed up, and Nisha, Michael Blank showed up and helped me to guide me musically. And it just grew from 5 people in the room to this explosion of a night, and we've been playing it for 8 years. And from that, so many other opportunities sprouted. I slowly went through different musicians, and I found the right group to play that kind of music, and I started a different project, and, you know, it just, that really changed my life, you know. We're going to do another one from Danny Yanakuchi's book. So if he's anywhere out there, feel free to come up and just play it with us. This one is called I'm Just a Lucky So-and-So. This is how I feel right now today, being here with you guys. Please stay safe, healthy, and we're going to be on the other side of this before you know it. When I walk down the street, seems everyone I meet waves me a friendly hello. Hello, everybody. I guess I'm just a lucky so-and-so. Those birds on every tree, they sing so gingerly. They sing wherever I go. Oh, I guess I'm just a lucky so-and-so. If you should ask me that amount in my bank account, I have to admit I marry me, 'cause confidentially I got my dreams, and my dreams have been me. But when the day is through, each night I hurry to home where I wait, I know, 'cause I guess I'm just a lucky so-and-so. I guess I know I'm just a lucky so-and-so. Oh, baby, I know. Thank you very much, everybody, once again. Tonight for you, Rob Garcia, Adi Mirson, John Merrill, Christopher McBride, Charles Karnikas, Corey Wilkins. My name is Svetlana Jazz everywhere. And please stick around. There are 2 more amazing bands coming up. Have fun, be safe, and we'll see you soon.
All right, there we go. Once again, that is Svetlana and the Delancey 6 in Prospect Park on October 4th. That was fantastic. Band sounded great. Oh, I think you're muted still there, Svetlana.
Thank you so much. That camera work was, the sliding camera as on the horns. Wow.
Well, a special thank you and shout out actually to old Kim.
Yes.
He lets us borrow some of the equipment, and he is on the gimbal. So that was actually a 3-camera shoot. We had myself on the main cam, he was on a gimbal, and then we had one on tripod that was a wide shot. And really fantastic day, beautiful day. We had a great turnout. And Svetlana, you were early. I think you started at noon, if I'm not mistaken. That was that
was beautiful. Thank you for having us. It was just so fun to be there and reconnect with people. And if I give a little plug to my little endeavor. Well, I decided to test the waters and have put together a pre-order for a vinyl for this last record. So it's currently active on my website. I've actually pre-sold a whole bunch already. It is SVETLANAJazz.com and then simply /pre-order. And you can.
What are you doing?
It's a night at the movies, so it's all movie music. There's 2 or 3 swingers, couple bossa novas, kind of different. It's more listening record, rainy day listening record, but there are definitely a couple swingers with Wycliffe Gordon as my partner in crime on Cheek to Cheek, things like that. So if someone is interested, I still have a few copies. Probably will be closing this up soon. Please pre-order the vinyl and enjoy.
Here, actually. And well, Svetlana, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm
thank you.
Worked out with the shoot in Prospect Park, and the band sounded great. And we can't wait to see you in the back room.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. We're just gonna have to all get really drunk every night for this venues to go into business. Like buy 10 drinks and become, really inebriated.
20s that makes that happen, isn't it?
Yes. Well, thank you for having me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Svetlana. And once again, Svetlana, wonderful band leader, does the Mondays at the back room. And we were able to catch her in Prospect Park in October. So speaking of speakeasies and Prohibition and Repeal Day, we're going to actually move along to our cocktail segment. And as you might have noticed, we have quite a setup here. We have some Old Forester. We have our barrel, our big barrel, which is empty, but we have our little barrel, which is full. And as mentioned, it's Repeal Day, and we're going to talk with our buddy Bruno, who is the brand ambassador with a couple of awesome bourbons, including Old Forester, Woodford Reserve, and all of the Jack Daniel's craft additions, and let's go over and say hello to him. And how is it going, sir?
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome. How's everybody doing? How are you? This is so great seeing this live music. Speaking of back room, I'm so looking forward to live music and being around people again.
I think we all are. I mean, man. So tell us, you know, it's interesting about Old Forester. I didn't quite realize the history of it and how it ties into Prohibition. So tell us a little bit about that and about Repeal Day and spread some wisdom.
Absolutely. When we first discussed, it was like I do represent a couple of brands, like Woodford, Old Forester, Jack Daniels, but when you did mention that this was for Repeal Day, of course, it was like a no-brainer that we were going to do something with Old Forester. Well, Old Forester, one of the major staples that Old Forester is recognized for is being the only bourbon to continue distilling before, during, and after Prohibition. The way we were able to distill during Prohibition basically was our founder, George Garvin Brown, was able to get 1 out of 5 licenses during that time to have to be able to distill for medicinal purposes. We continued distilling up until today, where the other 4 were not able to do so, and it's just gone to be such a great bourbon up until today.
So just, I want to mention this, the medicinal purposes, for those of you that don't quite realize what that is. What that means is that you could get a doctor's note, like a literal prescription for alcohol for whatever ailed you. And that was the only way you could legally sell booze. Our buddy, Steve Wright, has actually one of those medicinal prescriptions for alcohol.
No, actually, usually when I explain it, I try to explain it as what marijuana is today, when you could go to the doctor and per se get a prescription for marijuana. Oh, I have aches or arthritis or things of that. Some people for cancer get it. Back then, what marijuana is today, back then was bourbon during Repeal Day or Repeal time. So you'd go to the doctor, and during that time, for some reason, there was a lot of people getting sick, and we were prescribed an Old Forester during that time.
Very cool. So you're going to make a cocktail for us. Tell us about that.
Yes, absolutely. So one of the most popular cocktails during this season is the Old Fashioned. And when you say Old Forester, we like to say Old Fashioned. The cool thing about the Old Fashioned, which we were doing here tonight, it goes back to the 1800s, the 1880s, and we like to think that they utilized Old Forester within the first ever Old Fashioned back in Louisville. So when they were experimenting with cocktails and different flavors, and there were Old Forester, they say in Louisville around the 1880s, they say that they utilized Old Forester within that first Old Fashioned. So I thought it'd be a great way to bring in tonight with a little bit of history and heritage. So
yeah, it was actually, it was the name. There was a hotel that had that the Great Gatsby was based on. I forget what it's called, but that's where there's all this cocktail history and mobster history and bourbon history, but it's still there in Louisville.
Yes, it was, I think it was 1881, but don't quote me on that. But yes, in Louisville, they were experimenting with a lot of different flavors. It was like the cocktail era. So daiquiris was becoming popular, different things from France, Italy, they were being imported, and whatever was done over there was like the cool thing for us, the European style. So they were experimenting with the different flavors here of whatever they thought over there, or what influenced by on that side. But yeah, let's jump into it. So what we're going to do tonight is the Old Fashioned. This one is a recipe which is as simple as possible. But the cool thing about the Old Fashioned, just like your Manhattans or your sours, you can doll it up however you like. If you don't like one thing, you could kind of swap it out for a different thing. But what the Old Fashioned more or less is 3 parts bourbon, 1 part simple syrup, and then 1 or 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. But like I mentioned, you do you got the essential oils of an orange and kind of put that on the top. But like I mentioned previously, I've seen Old Fashions with bacon bits. You don't even have to use Angostura bitters. The ice cubes, I've seen coffee cubes. all different kinds of things. We actually do something called the Battle of the Boroughs, which is a bartender's competition throughout all 5 boroughs in New York City. And basically, you see the coolest different inventions. Back when things were normal. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to stick to these different virtual trainings. So let's get started. So I already have poured 2 parts of the bourbon. I'm going to pour it into our glass. I'm going to pour one more part because it's 3 parts bourbon. And then a little bit extra, but there you go. And then last part, simple syrup. Made a little bit of a mess, but it's all right. And then, so with that, you're going to do 15 around the world, basically. Mix it up, and this is where you're looking at your clients. And if we were in person, I'd be talking to you guys and kind of getting to know you a little bit better. Mix it nice and well, and basically, what you do is you finish it off with the orange zest. Kind of roll that orange over, get those essential oils from the orange, put it all around, and you got yourself an old fashioned. As simple as that. I thought this was perfect for this because super simple, but you can get creative with it. You could swap out the bitters for whatever you like, chocolate bitters, cherry bitters, add some cherries, different kinds of assortments that you can use with this. It's really fun once you get into it.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Bruno. And actually, one of our viewers on the chat just mentioned that it's the Seelbach Hotel in Louisville that the Great Gatsby is based on, and a lot of the cocktails will come from. And actually, it's ironic because the Salon, which is what my events are known, originated in Louisville because I had a graduate fellowship in Louisville, Kentucky, and had a spot. I lived down in Old Louisville, and that's where I got into bourbon. That's where, you know, I started producing parties. The first ones were in my apartment. And then kind of grew from there, and of course moved back home to the city to New York, but definitely have a warm spot for Louisville, and bourbon. And yes, and actually we're very looking forward to I'm going to crack this open now, but this is an Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style bourbon, which is, oh, it's barrel proof. It's 115. Damn.
Yes. So the cool thing with that is Old Forester does what we utilize for our old fashioned is our 86, but you can have, there's 100 proof, which you might have seen it in your liquor stores, but I'm pretty sure everybody here that are bourbon connoisseurs that live in New York City have had this in their cocktails, because you'll find this all around New York City in your premium bars and lounges, from Catch Steakhouse to the Belfry to the back room. They utilize Old Forester. But then that 1920 Prohibition style is part of our Whiskey Row collection. So basically, Old Forester is so rich in history and heritage. So we came out with a group of different expressions, kind of highlighting all of the staples in bourbon history that we touched upon. So going from the first ever bottled bourbon to being bottle and bond, being recognized as a bottle and bond, and the quality of a bottle and bond by the government. Then the 1910 being the first ever double barreled bourbon. And then to finish it off, we had the 1920, which is the Prohibition style, kind of highlighting what we're here celebrating today, which is being able to distill before, during, and after, which no other bourbon can say for themselves. So it's cool to be a part of. And speaking to any whiskey connoisseurs out there, it's really fun to kind of get into it. And when you're talking about Old Forester, it just never ends.
Yeah, wow. Thank you so much for all that history and wisdom on the bourbon, which we're certainly big fans of here at Prohibition Productions. And we're about to nip into this 1920s Old Forester here. But we thank you, Bruno. And we look forward to working together again and to having a lot more old fashions in our future. So cheers.
Absolutely. So with that being said, if anybody's out there that would like to connect, you can find me at Bourbon with Bruno on Instagram. Send me a DM, or send me a comment or anything like that. We could connect afterwards, or even virtually if there's anything that you guys would like to work on. But thanks for having me, Patrick. It's been a great evening, and I'm looking forward to it. So cheers to you. I'm going to sip on this little old fashioned myself.
All right, cheers. Well, thanks so much. Again, that's Bruno, brand ambassador with Old Forester and Woodford, and which goes right into our next segment, which happens to be the Hot Toddies, which is the band that I play with. And we are big fans of bourbon and whiskey in this group. And so, Bruno, I hope you stick around because we got lots of hot toddy and bourbon-y music coming up. But before we do that, I just want to remind everybody, if you have not done so already, please send in a donation through PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. It helps us share the love with everyone that you are seeing here tonight. So the next band is the Hot Toddies, as I mentioned. I co-lead this band with Gabe Terracciano, and we have some wonderful, amazing musicians, including Justin Poindexter and Hannah Gill and Queen Esther. And, you know, we're kind of a new band. We only started a couple of years ago. Gabe and I met at the Hot Jazz Camp that
So true. Great times.
Crazy. And it's Gabe Terracciano. Hey, Gabe.
Hey, how's it going? I believe Dan was there for the formation of this band.
Sure, I believe.
Yeah. It was good times.
Yeah, and like, you know, what we're doing now is that we're starting to we have an album which we recorded but we haven't released yet. And so we're doing singles. We're recording quarantine singles, and we're just kind of using a lot of the musicians that we work with. So we want to go say hi to all of them, bring them in. Let's see. We've got Hannah here. How's it going, Hannah?
Hi, how are y'all doing?
Hello. How was your live stream, Hannah?
It went really well. So anyway, I just put out a live stream of a show that I did on Thursday at Innerborough Brewery in Bushwick, and it was nice. I did a little duo set of original music with my friend Steve Whipple, so it was good. Now I'm here.
Now it's like a 2-gig night. That's crazy.
Right? It's insane. How often do you get those nowadays?
On 2020. We also have Justin's here, Justin Poindexter. Hey, Justin.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Stayed up all night making paper cutouts.
Man, those paper cutouts are really cool. We're gonna talk about that a bunch more very, very soon. Wait, Justin, you played with Catherine Russell, right?
Here and there, I played with her a couple times at Jazz at Lincoln Center, and then we both did the faculty at the Hot Jazz Camp for a couple years.
Right. Yeah, because a couple, I don't know if you saw it, but earlier our dancers were using some Catherine Russell numbers.
Yeah, great track. I think that's Matt Monasterio on guitar. He's usually your guy. What a beautiful player.
Oh yeah, very cool, very cool. And we've got let's see, we've got Ron Wilkins. Hey, Ron.
What up? How's everybody?
Ron! Oh my goodness! Hey!
Yes, I'm back. Damn it!
Yeah!
Yay, Ron!
Yay. No, really, please. Singles will be fine. Thank you. Actually, I'll have one of those old fashions, Patrick. That little mixologist lesson there was pretty happening.
Well, we're definitely gonna share at some point. Come back to and let's wait. We've still got Queen Esther and Dan Levinson. Dan Levinson, how's it going?
Never better.
There you are. And Queen Esther.
Hi. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Man, it's like the whole band.
The gang's all here.
Oh yeah.
Seeing you makes me want to split a plate of wings.
Ooh, man, don't talk about wings.
You know you're in the right band when you can be like, hey, do you want to split that? And then I'll get this and we can split that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the times of getting to share a meal with somebody.
Not only that, off the same plate. It's like you want a bite of this, you want to.
Yeah. No utensils, just fingers.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's family.
You know what's crazy is that pretty much most of our last gigs were our last gig on Friday, March 13th at
Friday the 13th.
Shared food and wings and everything.
Yeah.
It was actually
Friday?
That was
was?
Friday the 13th.
It was Friday the 13th.
Never
And I remember I wore latex gloves under a pair of like white, like satin gloves because I didn't want to touch anything.
Wow.
I was like, I heard somebody shutting the city down. Like,
she was telling us that like they were going to shut the city down. Like a friend of a friend heard a thing and blah blah blah, and we were like, oh, I don't know about that. But then that night, it was kind of weird, and we kind of had this vibe that it was something was going to be going down, and she was right.
And not only that, only that, but the place was packed. It was like people up against people for the entire thing because they had decided to throw like some office party.
Yeah, it was like a
the
private
Friday before shutdown. So
yeah,
there were
regular packed. It was like weird packed. It was like 100-person private party, and then there was like 5 dancers sitting at one table, not dancing, not really touching, just like off to the side, and then this like crazy office party.
it's a textbook Friday the 13th gig, I would say. You know, in every way.
I mean, I'm surprised Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't there. It was very Freaky Friday.
Wow.
Wow.
Lindsay Lohan was in the corner. It's okay. She had a low profile.
Hey, this guy liked it. He was
Oh, I love that. I was looking at that. Does it actually crack nuts?
Sure it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Christmas
just an
time,
ornament.
you know.
I thought it was just a little
Oh
ornament.
no, he's quite the
Wow,
licker.
it's real.
Oh yeah, it's real.
Maybe some boiled peanuts.
Oh, I don't screw around when it comes to Nutcrackers, Queen. I hope you know that. If there's one thing people should take away from this, if there's one thing people should take away from this, it's that I don't mess around with my Nutcrackers.
I love the crown. Look at it. That's awesome.
He's great. In every way.
So, you know, we've got a ton of videos. We got 4 videos to play, and I'm not even sure which one to start with. So we have, maybe we should start with, well, keeping with the whiskey theme, why don't we start with our live version of whiskey, which we did in September at a mysterious rooftop. Gabe, why don't you tell us about this, since this happens to be your song?
Oh, okay. So this song came out of a conversation that we were having. I believe you and I and a couple of our friends. I believe this was sort of right when the pandemic had hit, because I was quarantining in Harlem with my girlfriend, and I at the time still lived in Brooklyn, and I was making a big to-do over the fact that my whiskey was in Brooklyn, but my baby was in Harlem, and I was torn because I was on a Zoom call with you guys, and you all were drinking these wonderful whiskey cocktails, and all I wanted was a whiskey cocktail, and I didn't have it. So I got a little first world problem, all of, whatever. And
Harlem, but my whiskey was in Brooklyn, and I was like, oh my God, great song.
Right. And then you said that'd be a great song, and I decided to run with it. So wrote a song called My Whiskey's in Brooklyn, My Baby's in Harlem, which is funny because now I live in Harlem with her, so that ended up resolving
Congratulations.
itself. Yeah. Thank you so much. And I know for a fact I messed up the lyrics in this live take. So it's going to be a little hard for me to listen to, but I hope you guys enjoy it.
We're all in this together, Gabe.
So what happened was that we did this as a quarantine recording in June. So what that means that all the musicians, basically everyone you see tonight, recorded one by one at home, and then they sent me the tracks, and we put it all together and built up this recording and video, and then we released it as a single, which you can get on like Spotify and iTunes and Bandcamp and all the other things. And we put together this kind of funky video, but so you can find that on our YouTube and everything else. But what we did is that we did our live, our only time playing together in as a group. I mean, we did like a little warm up in the park, and then we did that. So it was our one crew gig, and we recorded it in September on this rooftop, and we just did like a one take thing. You know, it's not perfect, but you know what? It's of the moment. So why don't we start with that? And we've got Hannah is doing backing vocals, Justin Poindexter on guitar, and we've got Ian on bass, myself on drums, and Dan Levinson on reeds. Here we go with the live version of My Whiskey's in Brooklyn, but My Baby's in Harlem.
Now I love New York City. I love the way it never sleeps. But my whiskey's in Brooklyn, my baby's in Harlem, and I'll never be complete. Whether it's scotch, rye, or bourbon, I'll take it on the rocks or neat. But my whiskey's in Brooklyn, my baby's in Harlem, and I'll never be complete. Well, uptown, downtown, subways whizzing by, transfer trains at 47th Street. How can anyone do this dry? Now Prospect Park is pretty, but Mount Morris has my truth. My whiskey's in Brooklyn, my baby's in Harlem. Why can't I have both? Live with me in Harlem, but I said no, the rent's too high. With the books I've been cooking, I'm living in Brooklyn to afford my whiskey and rye. Now you know Fulton Street sure is pretty, but Lennox has my boo. My whiskey's in Brooklyn, my baby's in Harlem. What's a good-looking man to do?
Now I love New York City. I love the way it never sleeps. But my whiskey's in Brooklyn and my baby's in Harlem. All that distance makes me weep. Whether it's scotch, rye, or bourbon, I'll take it on the rocks.
That's funny.
Wow. Sponsor us.
We're the finest looking group of alcoholics there is.
Here's to that, Gabe.
Yeah.
Transfer trains.
This is booze, by the way. I would not chicken out on you guys.
This is booze as well.
Well, this is a hot toddy. I'm actually drinking a hot toddy. I mean, come on.
Right.
Well, oh,
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so there we go. We rooftop. And speaking of the rooftop, we played a whole bunch of tunes, and one of the tunes Hannah called, and I don't think I actually knew this. It was this beautiful ballad, and it turned out to be like one of the best tunes of that night. And we liked it so much, we actually released it as a single, and it turned into this like, it was like sunset, Hannah singing this like ballad, and it on this rooftop overlooking New York. Amazing. And I think we should do that next. It's called Careless.
No. It's
I Wish You Love.
Yeah.
You love.
Wait, Hen, how do you know this song? What's your story with this song?
Well, so the first time I heard it, I heard the French version. So it's like Caresse the tea, or like something. I can't finish the phrase, but it's a French song originally. And then the first version of it I heard was Nancy Wilson singing I Wish You Love. And I just heard it and loved it, and just kind of tried to slowly put it in my repertoire. But yeah, I don't know. It's a sweet song. I like it, and it's nice. I don't know the English verse, but Dan and Gabe both play the verse in the beginning, and it's so wonderful because it's just such a nice song, like from top to bottom. But yeah.
I also want to say, first of all, I love the way you sing it, Hannah, but I want to give a special shout out to Dan Levinson for one night at Secret Room pulling out the French lyrics to that song, which was one of the more special things I think I've seen in a long time. It was very, very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs, and it was written by Charles Trenet, who was a great, French composer and singer, and truly one of my favorite performers. I have everything he ever recorded, and I learned that song when I was living in Paris, and one of the few songs I sing in French, maybe the only song I sing in French, one of the only songs I sing, for the better. but it's really it's got a beautiful sentiment both in English and in French. Thank you, Gabe.
Of course.
It sounds like a duet waiting to happen.
Yeah.
I did it with Stefan Seva. We used to do it as a duet, and Stefan would sing it in English, and I would sing it in French.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
Perfect.
That's Stefan Seva, the washboard player. We've actually had him on the show just a few weeks ago. He was in Bordeaux, France, and he was playing away, and with Tatiana was there, and it was beautiful to see that. So why don't we go ahead and just play this song that we've been talking about? So it's
Heck yeah.
I Wish You Love, Hannah Gill.
I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing, and then a kiss. But more than this, I wish you love. And in July, a lemonade to cool you in some leafy glade. I wish you health, but more than wealth, I wish you love. My breaking heart and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. I wish you sheltered from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm. But most of all, when snowflakes fall
I wish you love. My breaking heart, and I agree that you and I could never be. So with my best, my very best, I set you free. I wish you shelter from the storm, 'cause if I had to keep you warm. But most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you
Aww.
Yeah, Hannah.
Yeah, that's great.
Gorgeous, Hannah. And you can always count on Dan Levinson to know the know the verse.
Yeah, seriously.
I learned it. Do you remember I learned it? I said, wait a minute, there's something that's not right. And I knew that I had played it years ago, and I learned it right there on the rooftop.
Nailed it.
I think what happened was that I had known the verse because I play in the Avalon Jazz Band as well, and when she does, and when Tatiana does that tune, she always does the verse. So I think that's how I knew it. And then, based on my partial knowledge and Dan's partial knowledge, we managed to cobble something together.
It all worked out. Sounds beautiful.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah,
That's,
just
oh, that's awesome.
on the spot, you know. And just want to mention that that tune is available on Bandcamp, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, and where all digital music is found.
Yay.
Ba-dum-tsh.
All right.
I'd love to hear that in French.
Ooh.
Me too.
Dan,
Okay, Dan,
hint, hint.
you're
Dan.
Go on, Dan.
Que reste-t-il de nos amours? Que reste-t-il de ces beaux jours?
Oh, man.
Une photo, vieille photo de ma jeunesse. That's all you get. Listen.
You gotta pay him. You gotta pay
That
him
was
now.
so good.
Put in 2 more coins to your 30 more seconds.
That was so good.
Oh man. So we still got a couple more videos. We have 2 more to go. I'm thinking.
Wow, this is the hardest working band. Wow.
So let's do this. Let's do I think we're gonna do Ron's tune next. So we're in the midst of recording a new round of quarantine tracks, and Ron Wilkins was kind enough to join us on this. And this is I would say this is a work in progress. What that means is that we're still in the middle of recording it. I mean, I recorded the drum tracks last night. The video I started at midnight, and it's kind of rough, but you know, it gives you an idea of what we're going towards. It's going to be released next month. I would say probably in early January, but it's kind of like a sneak peek. So this tune is New Orleans. Ron, why don't you tell us a little bit about this and why you wanted to do that?
Well, you know, I go back to when I first heard this song. I used to play back when I was living in San Antonio. I was playing on the San Antonio Riverwalk there at Jim Cullum's Landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Cullum was like, yeah, man. He was like the the 20th century or mid to late 20th century version of Bix Beiderbecke on cornet without the alcoholism. But it was cool because I used to play with these guys and work with other bands, and we'd be playing over there at the Landing. This for about 8 years or so. And Jim had underneath the bandstand there at the club this section that you could pull out, and there was literally somewhere in the neighborhood of around 15 to 20,000 tunes. I mean, he's like literally you open these huge drawers there, these panels, and there's all this manuscript. So at one point, you know, I was talking to him about songs and such, and reminiscing a little bit because I had spent some time in New Orleans for a while too. And he's like, "Hey man, are you familiar with New Orleans?" I said, "Oh, the city? You mean the players?" He said, "No, the song." I'm like, no. So he's like, "Yeah, Hoagie Carmichael wrote it. Here, check this out." So he passes me the music. And I went ahead and scoped it out, found some recordings of it, and just fell in love with it. So, you know, for me, it's one of those classic tunes that just brings back so many memories of, you know, whether you're going down like a Frenchman Street or the Quarter, or, you know, for me, Snug Harbor in particular. I've still got a lot of friends there and such, but it's a great tune. It's a great tune. And I figured it would be a good one for us to do as the Toddies. And, you know, it's a good time. Nice. Plus I get to sing. Woo!
Yes, indeed. So yes, Ron is singing, he is playing trombone, and we have Dan on reeds, Justin on guitar, Gabe on bass and violin, and I'm on drums. Again, this is just kind of like a work in progress, but just want to share that with everybody. And here we go with New Orleans.
Never seen a quaint old southern city. Just think of New Orleans. If you've never seen that town, boy, it's a pity. There's nothing like New Orleans. It will remind you of old-fashioned lays. A glass of wine will greet your smiling face. And if you ever see a black-eyed gal like mine, boy, oh, then you're right in it, right in New Orleans. old southern city. Just think of New Orleans. And if you've never seen that town, boy, it's a pity. There's nothing like New Orleans. It will remind you of old-fashioned lace. A glass of wine will greet your smiling face. And if you ever see a black-eyed gal like mine, boy, oh, then you're right in it, right in New Orleans.
Yeah.
All right.
That was so good.
Not bad for a work in progress.
Not
That
bad
was
at
so
all.
good.
Yeah, man.
That was really good.
I love the backdrop.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
I love
Ron.
the setup and the backdrop on that. That's
Ron,
awesome.
wow.
Yeah, killing Ron. Man.
Ron, you sound
Oh.
so good.
Thank you. Right back at you. Everybody.
Thanks, man.
Everybody.
That was
Yeah,
actually a photo I
that's
took in
happening.
New Orleans a few years ago. Like I was looking for a backdrop this afternoon, and I was like, okay, let's try this one out. And
Perfect.
yeah.
That's great.
That was fabulous. And yeah, Gabe, dude, double dipping, bass and violin.
Gotta fill up the time somehow.
Goodness.
That was tremendous. That was
Thank you.
tremendous.
Yeah, so
I appreciate
we're gonna wrap, kind of finish mixing that, get it mastered, clean up the video a little bit more, and that'll probably be out early January. But again, that's just like a rough mix, sneak peek, and we've got actually 2 tunes that we've recorded with Ron, so we've got a couple more coming out as well. And man, Ron, it's so good to see you like playing and singing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's great to see all of you guys. It's great to hear you. I just can't wait until we can all get back together again in a secret room somewhere and share some more swinging good times and a few more cocktails. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You sound great.
Nothing more.
Thank you. This was awesome.
You know, for those of you that don't know, Ron actually got COVID really bad early on, and it was he was intubated for 50-something days, and we last saw him Friday the 13th in March, and it was really scary. And so happy to see you and hear you and work with you again, man.
Oh, listen, I feel like I've gotten a second chance to go ahead and keep swinging. So I am definitely going to be doing that with each and every one of you at one point or another in the very near future. Bring on the vaccine. And
Oh,
bring on
hell
the
yes.
old-fashioned.
I can't wait.
what
I
I'm
can't
saying.
wait.
Oh man, same here.
Hey,
Same here.
Cool.
You're in Austin, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Which is probably in the same state of music scene as New York or anywhere else in the country, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it is what it is right now. So I'm doing a ton of online stuff though, you know, and once again, Gabe, thanks for letting me know and getting me in on this.
Yeah.
And along with just being able to be a part of something, you know.
Yeah.
We sometimes take for granted when we're busy and we're working and we're going all over the place doing various gigs and such. But with the way that this virus has shown up and the way things have all of a sudden just shut down, it's like really precious to be able to get opportunities like this, to be able to share and record and just, you know, hear everybody else making great music and then doing it all together, even if we have to do it remote. So I am just so grateful to all of you for the opportunity and to be able to know you and love you and hear you. This is just swinging. This is just swinging.
Man,
Like
Ron,
baby.
Ron, thank you so much. I mean, Patrick and I had really wanted to do some videos with you for quite a while, and we were both just so happy that you were on board. And
Oh, man.
you brought so much to it. It was so great.
Well, I got to tell you, you can't get rid of me now.
Exactly.
Yay.
Now you're stuck.
Maybe that was the plan the whole time.
Ooh. Listen, I need to get me one of them nutcrackers.
Yeah, man. Well, it's great because it's like your sidekick. He just laughs at all your jokes. And,
jeez.
I don't know. He's festive.
That works.
That's so funny. I don't know. He's festive. Just forget about it.
I don't know. He's festive.
Yeah, right.
Stop asking questions.
Why is he here? I don't know. He's festive.
That's it.
For the rest of us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, there's a bottle of whiskey missing.
Oh. Are you
Patrick?
talking?
No, I'm talking about Pat behind Pat. Oh.
Ah.
I wish you
Sneaky.
could all share this with me. I've been tapping into it. This is pretty good. It's pretty strong.
How dare you?
Happy Repeal Day.
Yeah, really. Happy Repeal Day is right.
Well, speaking of which, we've got one more video, and this one is Careless Love. It is a duet with Queen Esther, Justin Poindexter. We just released it last night on Bandcamp, and it's going to be on all the digital platforms next week on Friday, December 11th, Spotify, iTunes, etc., etc. So this is a really, really old tune, and this was the last of the 4 tunes we did back in June to release, and it's just this beautiful duet that you guys did. Who chose this tune? I'm trying to remember. Was it you, Gabe, or
I don't remember actually. I think. I mean,
I
don't
remember.
want to take.
Did you choose it?
Didn't we have a text stream about it, Queen?
I think we did. Were we rolling this ball back and forth? And I'm like, you should sing it. I love your voice.
Oh,
You have such a sweet voice, especially your high tones. It sounds so perfectly old-fashioned but present. I don't know how to describe it.
See, that's
You've
why-
got that really nice, sweet tenor sound. It's like something from back then, singing with all the right technology so I can hear it clearly. So I love your voice. I really do.
Oh, back at you for sure. I think this was supposed to be just you, Queen, but then something happened and the keys got mixed up, because that's why.
Oh, right.
I was watching and I was trying to figure out what's going on, because I'm at my house playing the guitar part, but then the vocal is from a week later when I was camping, and I'm like literally in the woods.
Oh, I remember that. You look like Elvis. You had the Elvis shades on.
If you put headphones on, you can hear all kinds of weird animals in New Hampshire.
That's funny. Yeah, you on a platform. You look great. You look like a rock star in the forest.
Elvis's nature years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was in the midst of June when all the Black Lives Matter protests were happening and things were kind of pretty
disintegrating.
Yeah. And this song came up and you guys decided to do it as a duet, which was pretty beautiful.
Yeah, that was weirdly appropriate the way it came together. I'm not sure specifically how that happened, but I'm glad it did.
Well, why don't we show it? This is we literally finished this right before the show. Justin threw down some hand-drawn illustrations and animation and mixed it with the videos that we all did. And I think it's something. It's coming out next week, December 11th. And we're going to give you a sneak peek right now with our video of Careless Love.
careless love. You fly through my head like wine. You've read the life of many a poor one, and you nearly spoiled this life of mine. Love, oh love, oh careless love. In your clutches of desire, you made me break a many true vow. Then you set my very soul on
All right.
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Yikes, wow.
Beautiful, y'all. Sounds so good.
Oh my gosh, Justin, that was so beautiful.
I got really weird at 3 a.m. Sorry.
I know that you are so good at drawing. It turned out
Yeah.
That's awesome. That was so good.
I feel like some clunky stop motion animation has been like my quarantine thing.
There you go.
You got to teach me. Oh, teach me. That was so cool.
That is so a Queen project. We could definitely get together, construction paper, and just go nuts.
Wow, that I love it. I love it. It's like old, but it's new.
Just like his voice.
Hey, that's
yeah.
What we're doing, right? That's
Wait, what's going on with the Nutcracker right now? That's fantastic.
He's festive. Leave him alone.
Oh my gosh.
Hey. What's in that pipe? What's in that pipe?
I didn't even see that.
Oh, look at this. Justin,
He's the
what is
mascot of
this?
the evening.
Yeah.
We should have introduced your friend to my friend and her sister.
Hi.
Oh.
Wait. I've got somebody for the party too.
Oh, well, he was so taken aback by their beauty that he opened his mouth wide and the pipe fell out.
So, we're not on this. I'll tell you a completely.
Anyway.
Oh.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
That's classic. Oh,
Anyway.
Oh.
It's December and we've been inside since March. I'm really
this close to asking you to crack a nut on that thing. I'm this close. I'm not going to do it.
Okay. He likes to keep work and pleasure separate, so he appreciates the request.
Jeez. Oh my.
Gabe.
Oh my.
Oh man.
Anyway,
I think Queen should ask for the Kraken to be brought out.
I know, right? That was beautiful.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I think that was June that we recorded that. You guys recorded that, and here it is finally. But coming out next week, it'll be it's on Bandcamp right now, and on Friday it'll be on iTunes and Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere.
Where can we see the video next week?
I think Justin and I need to finish it, and then right. I'm not sure, Justin. What do you think? What's weekend?
Yeah, I thought it looked great.
Me too.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah, we just had to go with like a vintage animation kind of vibe for that, and Justin just killed it with the. You had like a concert this morning with Jazz Lincoln Center, and then you're like, oh, then I'm going to do the videos and send them to you, and it worked out. But
well, I cut out all the pieces. It was me and I joined the starter kit from wine.com because I found a coupon online, so they just send you a shitload of wine, and so I just hung out by myself last night, cut out with paper and drank wine, and then I finished the concert this morning, and I looked at everything I did last night, and I was like, oh my god, these things are really weird. I went outside to walk the dog, and that was when I decided to light the piece that said "Soul on Fire." And she came back and she said inside, and she said, "What the hell happened in here?"
Amazing.
Okay.
It turns out that the paper wouldn't light, so I just put the back of the soul piece with WD-40 to make it work.
Oh, okay.
Creativity.
Whatever whatever it takes. All right. I want to know what kind of wine you got. Are you a Merlot guy?
I'm a everything guy. You know, I like to enjoy
You're a wino.
The metallic notes in my discount wine. You know.
I like the big hunks of steel that come out of the bottle when I.
Oh my gosh. That's good.
The metallic notes.
Oh man.
Oh man. All right. Well, we're kind of running over here. I think we should probably wrap it up. But man, so good to see you all. I'm so glad we're all like get on a little bit.
Yeah.
Just share some music and chat and booze and thank you all.
Yeah. Happy Repeal Day.
Yeah.
Great to see everybody.
Thank you, Patrick, for continuing to do this and putting this together and being an outlet, being a performance outlet for people who have not had a place to perform for so long.
Yeah.
How many of these have you done this year?
This is episode 20.
What? Oh. The big 2-0. The 20 for 2020.
Yeah, we're legal now, or sort of.
Yeah, trust me, you're legal in Texas. You're legal in Texas, brother.
Oh my gosh, she's so legal in Texas. It's the truth. I used to live in Austin.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I lived there for a while.
Okay.
You know.
I
didn't know that.
I
Queen.
totally
I'm
know.
originally from Austin.
Excuse me?
I'm originally from Austin, Texas.
I did not know that.
I did not know you lived in Austin. That's
I
amazing.
went to UT Austin, yeah.
So did I.
Wow.
You did? I was in the theater department.
So was
Drinks
I.
for
But that's
everyone.
where we're gonna stop. We're not gonna talk about years, okay?
No, we don't have to talk
So-
about years, but I mean, you know that big fountain?
Yeah.
All of that whole thing and the PAC and the whole 9 yards. Okay, wow. Okay. That's insane.
Yeah. Okay,
I bet we know a lot of we probably know a lot of the same people. Ron, do you know a guy named Harold McMillan?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Harold's a really good friend.
Really?
Yes, he and I are
Oh my
like
gosh.
this. He's my sibling. The next time you see him, hug him, hold on to him when you hug him, and tell him it's from me. He's gonna
I'll do it.
scream.
I'll do it.
He's gonna scream like a pretty woman. He would never put the two of us together. I mean it.
I just wow. I just got a new line. That's good.
That's really funny.
Be prepared for the shock of him going, "What? How do you know her and what?" Yeah. Yeah, he's a peach.
I'll look out for Harold. I have a feeling that when things clear up a little bit more early this next year, I'll be roaming around the city a little bit more. So he and I will definitely run into each other. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about you.
Okay. Well, do you know 8.5 Souvenirs? The band?
I know of them.
Okay.
Oh, EVITA is all over this.
Okay. I'll bet she is. Well, the lead singer and
that
I.
is some serious old school swing dance era stuff.
8.5 Souvenirs, right?
Yes, I had their CD.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
the lead singer is a good friend. When she lived in New York in the Lower East Side, I mean in the East Village, they used to call her the Grace Kelly of the East Village. Kathy
No
Kaiser.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Life's weird, man. Don't forget Harold McMillan.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Oh, I can't wait to hear the scream.
Oh, I'm gonna hear it.
Oh yeah, you will. Yes, you will. Oh,
Yeah, there's a lot of love there.
Well, guys, I think we got to wrap this up. We are way over. It's been awesome. I mean, like,
Y'all.
and hanging. But it's that time. So thank you all so much.
You guys sound great. Look great. Hannah, you sounded great.
You did too, Queen. It's always
everybody.
Good to see you.
Always good to see all of you. Wow. And Dan sang in French.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a night to remember.
What a treat. I want to learn that song in French now.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. So thank you so much. We are going to wrap things up and give things over to our DJ, Brian Ferdman. But first, I want to remind everybody, if you haven't done so already, please send a donation through PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. It'll be shared amongst everyone tonight. And I want to thank everyone that's performed tonight. Dennis Lichtman, Tamar KORN, EVITA, LATASHA, SVETLANA, and the whole band, the DELANCEY Sticks. Everyone in the Hot Toddies, Queen Esther, Hannah Gill, Gabe Terracciano, Ron Wilkins, Dan Levinson, Justin Poindexter, Ian Hutchinson, Wallace, and yours truly. Thank you so much. This show will be posted on YouTube probably by Monday. I think things were a little jaggedy on tonight's live stream through Facebook and Zoom, but on Monday it will be much clearer on HD, kind of smooth thing there. So check that out. If you want to join the after party, which we're about to start on Zoom, you can just send us a note on the chat, and we will open up the video to the gallery view so everyone will be visible, and you can dance for at least a few. Pretty late, so we'll probably only do like 3 tunes or 4 tunes. It's up to Brian. He's the boss now since he's DJing. But we want to thank you. This is our last live stream for the year. As mentioned, we are back, I believe it is January 9th. And we're trying to figure out if we shall do a New Year's Eve thing online.
Oh my gosh, New Year's Eve.
I know, but it's hard to say. Like, it's not quite the same if we do it online. We're we're trying to get through tonight, and then we'll figure it out. But if not, we will see you in January. So please stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you all again for joining us tonight, and we will see you next time. Brian, if you want to take it away, go for it.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Just plant a grapevine on my grave and let the juice drip through. Milk and honey are mighty fine, but I like the juice from the good grapevine. So plant a grapevine on my grave and let the juice drip through.